Lord, I thank you. A letter to my brother. I remember all the times we used to outdo each other. He always had to be the one up, be the one to outdo me. And me being your little sister, I always tried to show you that I could do it better. You taught me how to fight for myself, how to love, and how to stand up for myself. I wish we could have a do-over. I know the last 2 years of your life was very hard. I feel so angry and hurt that I couldn't help you more than what I was able to. I'm so sorry. That I was not there for you when you tried to say sorry. I hope and I pray through your transition that you see that I meant well with all of mine hovering over you, trying to help you when you couldn't even see it for yourself. Something I want you to know is I still love you, and I forgive you for everything, known and unknown. I will always remember that you was my big brother. The times that we've had, the trouble that we got into, and the love that we shared. Always and forever, your little sister. Hey y'all, hey. I wanted to make this video today because there are so many people leaving here today. And if you don't know me by now, the videos that I put out, I'm always trying to get you to be uplifted, to encourage you, to get you past the hurt of life. And this video is pretty much to help you get past grief. I lost my brother to a massive stroke. And the one thing that I learned is you're gonna always go through things in life, but you got to learn how to fight your battles and what battles to fight, and is it even worth it at the end of the day? You can be right or you can be wrong, but at the end of the day, is it gonna really hurt your relationships with people? Do you not even care anything about that? We were put on this earth to be with one another. to love one another. People teach you about who you are. People are like pets. They're personal, emotional trainers. That's all they are. And it's a mirror of what you have inside of you. I just want to say, because this is probably going to be a short video. Because I just want to say, be kind. Apologize for your actions that you do to intentionally or unintentionally hurt someone. We were put here to be together. And if you do not believe that, then that's fine. You do not have to watch this video. You do not have to comment or anything. Just go to another video. You have to learn how to forgive people. I made a video talking about hurt people hurt people. And that's absolutely true. Hurt people hurt people. People are going through things in this country, and for some, they don't want to let help come in. I thought I was going to have a lot to say. What I do want to say is, when you're dealing with family, you have to learn how to forgive them. And I know that might be easier said than done, but you have to learn how to forgive family. Forgiveness is not for you. I mean, forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. Because you can go on living your life hurt, in pain, in tears, and they living a happy-go-lucky life. You got to forgive them so that you can step into your purpose. Anybody who have done you wrong, you have to forgive them, because you are the one that is sitting here stuck. You are the one who's having to deal with the downfall. It is you. It's not nobody else. You are the one who have to deal with your emotions. And I'm going to tell you, I love you. God knows I do. But you have to learn how to forgive. Because the only way that God will put you into your purpose is if you learn how to love like Him. And you can't do that with a hard heart. You can't do that with anger in your spirit. You can't do that with all of these negative emotions that's tied up inside of you. In order for you to be able to live the life that God has for you, you have to let go of that hurt. You have to let go of that pain. And you have to forgive them, and you have to also forgive yourself. It gets better. It gets better once you start forgiving people. Once you start forgiving yourself. Yourself is the biggest one. You are the biggest person that you have to forgive. You allow things to happen. And even if you didn't allow things to happen, you reacted in a way that took you left. And sometimes it is too late to go back and say I'm sorry while they are here. Let me tell you a story. My brother, and I know he knows that I forgive him now, but my brother lost his wife when COVID hit, and he was going through it. She was his everything. And me being big sister, I said, you know what? I'm going to help my brother out. So I did. And I embarrassed him. In front of his new friend. And he was upset with me. And even though I did not try to embarrass him, I did. And I had since apologized and, was trying to get our relationship back on track, but he was still grieving. And, a lot of stuff was going on. It was a whole bunch of drama. So I ended up blocking him. And when he passed away, I didn't give him a chance to come back and apologize because I had blocked him. And I tell you that pain is something much bigger when you learn that they actually tried to come back and apologize, but because you are stuck in your feelings, now you gotta be stuck with that forever. And I know and I believe, just by belief, that he has been able to see the truth. He has forgiven me. It still hurts. All I'm saying is, You have to forgive people and love people and give people their flowers while they're still here. Listen, I'm going to let my boy Chad talk about how to deal with grief and how to get over it. But I just wanted to come up here and say that because I am in a grief counseling group right now to deal with my grief. But God put in my spirit, somebody need to hear that. You have to be okay with forgiving yourself and forgiving others in order for you to be able to live the life that you want to live. Somebody said to me once, Shonda, how you gonna be trying to be out here helping everybody else and you can't even help yourself? Well, I built this YouTube channel just for that purpose. Helping myself, and in the midst of helping myself, hopefully, I pray that this channel will be able to help others. I want to be able to look in the past and see I come a long way. I come a long way. Hopefully this message reach as many people as it possibly can. It's so many people out here hurting right now. It's so many people losing loved ones who don't know how to deal with the grief. And they taking it out on other people, and that's not fair. Don't do that. Deal with your emotional health because it attaches to your mental health. And the people that you love or may love you or may come into your life for the purposes of love may not get the best you because you don't know how to allow things to just let them go. Things that happened to you in the past, it was the past. You are not living that same cycle over and over and over again. You're not. It happened to you once. And during the time that it happened to you, it might have been painful. It might have almost killed you. But you were able to wake up today. You were able to wake up today. That means that you are no longer in the pain of when it actually happened. And sometimes it's going to take a little bit longer to get over certain things. But you have to let it go. Because the only person that you are hurting is yourself. Because you keep living that experience over and over and over again. It's you who keep living that experience that hurt you. But the bad part about it is you putting that off on other people who did nothing to you. And that's not fair. And you're missing the love, the compassion, the protection that you could have possibly gotten had you showed up as your best self. Everybody who sees this video, No matter if you are 80, no matter if you are 20 or somewhere in between or somewhere younger, you lived a life today because you're looking at this video. You were able to wake up this morning because you're looking at this video. Do yourself a favor. Think about who hurt you. Think about it. And the first people that come to mind, forgive them. Forgive them. Let it go. Because you only hurting yourself. And the more and more you hurt yourself, the more and more you hurt other people. Because you have not dealt with yourself. See, this channel is not about other people. This channel is about you. You are the one who matters the most. You. And in order for you to be able to live your dream, you gotta let that hurt go. You gotta forgive yourself, forgive others who have trespassed you, and learn how to love again. I don't know who this message is for, but I pray that whoever sees it and actually stay to look at the entire video, even with Chad in the background. I pray that you start the road to forgiveness. But it's because it's only going to help you in the long run. So with that being said, listen to my boy Chad talk about how to deal with grief and anger. And I'll see you guys on the beaches of the world. Chad, take it over.
Hey there. I want to start by saying thank you to Shonda for that beautiful and heartfelt introduction. Shonda, your words are a perfect reminder of the warmth and compassion we all need when we're going through something as difficult as losing someone we love. Grief can be an incredibly lonely experience, but I want you to know that you're not alone. If you're listening to this, maybe you're trying to find your way through the pain of losing someone important to you. And that journey can feel overwhelming, but together, we're going to walk through it. I hope that, by the end of this conversation, you'll feel a little less alone and a little more at peace with where you are right now. When someone we love passes, it can feel like the world has lost its color. Even when people tell us that it'll get easier with time, in the early days, that's hard to believe. Every memory of them feels like both a gift and a wound. You may even feel like you're floating through your days, trying to remember how life felt before the loss. Grief changes us. It's something that touches the deepest parts of who we are, and that's okay. It's okay if right now, you feel broken or unsure of how to move forward. One of the hardest parts of grieving is facing all the different emotions that come with it. We don't just feel sadness. Grief can bring up anger, guilt, regret, and even moments of peace, only for those feelings to shift again. Sometimes, we even feel relief, especially if our loved one is suffering or if we went through a long journey of caring for them. And that relief can bring its own guilt, but it's important to know that all of these feelings are natural and valid. Grieving doesn't come with a rule book, and it's okay to feel everything as it comes. There is no right way to grieve. Part of the journey of grief also involves learning to forgive, both others and ourselves. When someone passes, especially if it was sudden, we may find ourselves thinking about moments we wish we could take back. Maybe there were arguments, misunderstandings, or things left unsaid. It's human nature to dwell on those moments, and in grief, those memories can feel heavier. But learning to forgive those who have hurt us, and also forgiving ourselves, is a crucial step in healing. We have to remember that no one is perfect. Relationships have ups and downs, and love often involves accepting imperfections. Forgiving others is about letting go of the anger or hurt that might linger. It's about releasing any pain that keeps you from remembering them for the good they brought into your life. Maybe it was a family member with whom you had a complicated relationship, or a friend who hurt you, even unintentionally. Carrying resentment or unresolved pain only adds to the weight of your grief. Imagine their presence, and think of releasing that hurt, letting it drift away so that all you're left with is the love that first connected you. Equally important is forgiving ourselves. We're often our own toughest critics, and when we lose someone, we replay so many moments in our heads. We think of the things we said, the times we weren't there, or the ways we might have done things differently. But no one can predict the future or act with perfect wisdom in every moment. Part of healing is learning to give yourself grace, to remember that you did the best you could with the knowledge you had. If you didn't say, "I love you" as often as you wanted to, or if you weren't there for every single moment, try to let go of those regrets. We all carry imperfections, and love is bigger than a single moment or mistake. You can still forgive yourself and find peace. You can speak to them in your heart, saying all the things you wished you could say, knowing that love and forgiveness can reach beyond this world. Grief also teaches us that life is precious and time is not infinite. While you're working through the loss of someone, it might be a time to reflect on the relationships you still have. Letting go of grudges, reaching out to people you care about, or simply appreciating those around you can be healing in itself. This doesn't mean pushing yourself or rushing into big changes. It's simply about cherishing the connections that bring you joy and peace. One thing to remember is that you don't have to grieve alone. Some days, you may feel like isolating, and that's okay. But when you're ready, try to let others in. Share stories about your loved one, lean on friends and family, or even find a support group. There's healing in hearing others talk about their experiences too, and in realizing that you're not alone in how you feel. Every person who's grieving has their own story, and sometimes just sitting together, even in silence, can be incredibly comforting. Don't feel pressured to move on or get over it. Grief doesn't follow a schedule, and there's no end point. It will change over time, and some days you'll find moments of peace. Other days, you'll feel the pain return as strong as ever. That's part of the process, and along the way, allow yourself to find small ways to honor your loved one. Light a candle for them, create a memory book, or simply keep something of theirs close to you. These rituals can bring a sense of comfort and connection. Forgiveness, love, and compassion are the things that help carry us through. You may not feel strong right now, but simply surviving each day, allowing yourself to feel whatever comes, that's a form of strength. Remember, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means finding a way to live with this loss, to let the love they brought into your life continue to guide you forward. Alright, it is now the time we're going to dive into some questions from the people always asking section of Shonda and I video, where we get asked all the time about dealing with negative people. Think of this as a little heart-to-heart with a friend. Let's jump in. How do you overcome the death of a loved one? It's hard to truly overcome the death of someone we love deeply. Instead, it's more about learning to live with that loss and allowing ourselves to keep moving forward while carrying their memory in our hearts. Over time, the sharpness of the pain may soften, but their presence remains, and we can honor that by living in a way that reflects the love they gave us. How to overcome grief of loss. Grief isn't something to get over, but it's something we can learn to carry more easily with time. Seeking support, finding healthy ways to express our feelings, and allowing ourselves to grieve fully are important. Whether through talking with a therapist, journaling, or being with loved ones, there are ways to heal, even if the loss is always with us. What not to do while grieving. Avoiding your feelings or bottling them up can be harmful. Grief needs expression, whether through tears, talking, or even moments of silence. Don't feel pressured to move on quickly or try to handle it alone. And try not to avoid people who remind you of the person you lost. Often, those connections can bring comfort. What is the hardest grief to overcome? There's no easy answer to this. Some say the loss of a child, others might say a spouse or best friend. The hardest grief is often the one you're currently experiencing, as it's personal and raw. No matter the relationship, grief is hard because it's tied to love, and love is powerful. Allow yourself to feel that deeply, without comparing. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I hope that these words have offered you some comfort and guidance. Grieving is hard, but it's a reminder of the love we carry. And through forgiveness, compassion, and connection, we can honor that love, even as we move forward. Remember, you're not alone, and there's no rush. Take each day as it comes. Embrace forgiveness, extend kindness to yourself, and let love be your guide as you heal. If you like this video, please do Shonda and I a huge favor and like, comment, share, and most importantly subscribe so you can receive all of the latest videos that we will be doing. Love you all. See you on the beaches of the world.
So it's okay to take it slow. Feeling's just a winding road. Every step a little light, learning how to let you go. But the love we shared remains like a fire that never fades. In the quiet, I'll remember you're a love that stays. In the quiet, I'll remember you're a love that stays. Through every tear, every memory, you're a love that stays.